We're going to talk about how you solve equations where you have variables on both sides. So the point of solving these is you want to get all the variables on one side of the equation. So this might involve a couple different parts in order to make that happen. All right. Now, it doesn't matter which side you want to bring the variables over to, either the left-hand side or the right-hand side. Typically, I like to bring things over to the left-hand side, so I'll do that for these. Okay, so I have 10y minus 8 equals 12 plus 15y is the problem that we have here. First thing I want to do is I want to get all the variables in the left-hand side, which means I don't want any more variables on the right-hand side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 15y from both sides. That's my first step I'm going to do. Remember, when you're combining these together, you're just going to subtract the coefficients, then just put the y next to it. So 10 minus 15 will give you negative 5. Don't forget the negative here. Okay, 10 minus 15, you're going to go in, you're going to go negative on that. Okay, negative 5y, we still have minus 8, we still have equals 12. All right, now next thing we want to do is we want to add 8 to both sides because I want to get the y by itself. So I'm going to add 8 here and add 8 here. I'm adding 8 because negative 8 and positive 8 add up to a 0. What you do the one side, you do the other side. Okay. So negative 5y, that's a 0. That's going to equal 20. So now we'll come over here. Negative 5y equals 20. The final step I'm going to do is divide by the number in front of the y. Okay. If you want to get the variable by itself, if there's a number there, that's the one you're dividing by. It's multiplication, so that's why I'm choosing to do division. So divide both sides by negative 5. Y equals negative 4. And that is going to be your final answer for that one. Let's do another example of that. Okay, so again, this is one where we got 3 variables that are here. Now, one thing that you might want to look for is see if you can do some simplifying first before you start moving things around. Okay, so for this problem here, I noticed that on the right-hand side, I've got like terms here. Okay, they both have a k in it. Now, there's a 1 that's in front of that k. So I really have a 1k minus a 7k here. Well, 1 minus 7 is negative 6. So I have negative 6k. And that's what happens. That's my first step would be to simplify the right-hand side. Okay, now that that's simplified, I want to get all the variables on one side. Now, since this is already isolated with no other variables, I'm going to choose to leave the variables this time on the right-hand side. So I'm going to subtract 3k from both sides. So I get negative 54. These cancel out. I have negative 6, and I'm subtracting 3. I'm going to get negative 9. So I get negative 9k for that one. The last step I want to do is do division. I want to get the k by itself. So I'm going to divide this by negative 9. Divide this by negative 9. Okay. Doing that, negative over negative gives you a positive 6. Negative 9s will cancel here. Now I got my answer. I can put k equals 6. And that is the right answer. So again, that one required us to do a simplifying step first. We did simplify step. Then we subtracted the k's. Then we divided by negative 9. So that was a 3-step process for that problem. Let's do one more of those kind. All right, 2 minus 4. We're going to simplify this first. 2 minus 4 gives you negative 2k. And now just write out the rest of it. Okay, so that's the first step. I want to get all the k's on one side of the equation, so I'm going to leave this negative 2k on the left-hand side. I want to subtract 5k from both sides. Negative 2 minus 5 is negative 7k. That equals 63. So again, I subtracted because I want those k's to disappear. So 5k minus 5k is 0, and I get this. Now we want to divide both sides by -7. And when we do, we get the answer of -9. Okay, we choose division here because you want to get rid of the number that's in front of the k. So negative over negative cancels out, and you just get a 1 there. Answer is going to be k equals -9.